Thank you very much. I want to start by thanking President Yoon of the Republic of Korea for hosting this third Summit for Democracy. It's an important time. Thank you for leading on this, my friend. I also want to thank Prime Minister Kishida for his words, and it's great to see so many other friends committed to democracy at this session right now. It's good to see you all this morning. On est ici aujourd'hui afin de réaffirmer notre volonté de bâtir des démocraties solides et des institutions résilientes. This conversation is especially important right now because, as Sukyul pointed out, 2024 will be the biggest election year in history, with countries representing more than half the world's population going to the polls. Unfortunately, many of these elections are unlikely to meet the criteria of what academic experts would view as free and fair. In Russia, the recent presidential election was stacked in favor of the current leader. But for those of us who do run free and fair elections, we have to continue our work to improve our democracies. For example, earlier today, discussions around the importance of inclusion and youth empowerment will hopefully lead to more young people participating in their communities and countries. We're all facing a series of challenges, new and old. We're still reeling from a pandemic that put immense pressure on our democracies. We're seeing growing distrust of government and media and increased polarization exacerbated by misinformation and disinformation. We're dealing with insecurity caused by armed conflicts and climate change. So today, I'm announcing that Canada is investing $8.4 million on research across the global South to better understand how climate change interacts with democratic decline. These initiatives will also help protect the human rights of environmental defenders. On top of the uncertainty caused by different crises, we're also seeing direct threats to individuals globally through transnational repression. This is why Canada is increasing and expanding its funding for Access Now to ensure human rights defenders and others facing digital threats have the resources they need to protect themselves. En cette époque déterminante, on doit redoubler d'efforts pour affronter les menaces contre la démocratie, incluant la mésinformation et la désinformation. On information integrity, governments can lead the way and be more proactive in strengthening citizen resilience. The Global Declaration on Information Integrity Online is a Canadian contribution to protecting and promoting a healthy information ecosystem. It is a concrete step towards the development of international norms as it lays out high-level commitments for governments. The declaration also invites industry to enhance transparency in advertising, algorithm, and content moderation processes. Disinformation is often used by foreign actors who want to interfere in the domestic affairs of other states. To identify and respond to foreign threats to democracies, Canada leads the G7 Rapid Response Mechanism, which we created back in 2018 when we hosted the G7 that year. In the context of Russia's war in Ukraine, the mechanism has enabled rapid information sharing and collaboration to address Russian disinformation, which includes state-sponsored disinformation around Ukrainian children abductions and the proliferation of automated networks that amplify pro-Russian narratives. Disinformation and threats to information integrity are not new. But with new technology like generative AI, we're concerned about the spread of disinformation at an unprecedented scale. More guardrails will be needed, and they'll need to be transparent and themselves grounded in democratic values and norms. Pour ce qui est de l'intelligence artificielle, il nous faudra davantage de mesures de protection, des mesures qui devront être transparentes et fondées sur des valeurs et des normes démocratiques. My friends, in democracies, we know there's always more work to be done. Democracy didn't happen by accident, and it won't continue without effort. So once again, I want to thank my friend, President Yoon, for all his hard work in promoting strong and healthy democracies, not just with this summit, but with his ongoing work around the world. Merci, mes amis. Kamsahamnida.